Gold Digger, Kimberly Olson here, back for another episode of #GetLit, where we crush your business in less than 10 minutes. For today's episode, we're gonna talk about my 5-part personal branding playbook. And in this playbook, I'm gonna teach you what you need to do to transform your business. We get so many questions on this. I actually wrote a whole book on it, so check the show notes to grab your copy of Boss It Up, Babe. But in the meantime, stay tuned for this episode so we can unpack this and get you rocking your personal brand. Stay tuned. So for the 5-part personal branding playbook, the first step is to identify who you are. So I know it sounds kind of obvious, but this is where people get stuck. They're like, who am I? Right? I don't know. There's so many different things I can do. There's so many different things I've done. Or you're just like, I've been a stay-at-home mom for 20 years. I don't know what I have to offer. So the first step is you have to figure out who you are. What is the feel of your brand? And a lot of times they get stuck on the word branding and they're like, do I need a brand like the Gold Digger Girl? No, you don't need to have a brand like the Gold Digger Girl. You need to personally brand yourself. For example, I have a nonprofit that is called Elephant Sisters. It's not called the Gold Digger Girl, but because I've branded myself, people want to know more about it. They want to be a part of it. They're like, I want to be an elephant sister. So personal branding is really about yourself. That way you can go in any direction that you want to go in with your business. So that is that first step, is to figure out like what's going to be the feel of your brand, the look, the vibe, the energy behind it, all the things. Number 2 is who you want to serve. So this is where you get into your avatar. Talk about avatar pretty much every day because it really is everything. If you're not clear on who you're serving, then how are you going to write your content? How are you going to create your content? How are you going to figure out your offer? All the things. So who is your avatar? Yes, there's almost 8 billion people on the planet, but all you need to do is figure out your specific avatar. And when you do that, you can really dial in on your content, okay? So who is she? Is she a mompreneur? Is she a mom who has baby weight to lose? Is she premenopause? Is she someone who's in a lot of debt? Is she somebody who doesn't know how to parent her child? Okay, you need to figure that out. Number 3 is, what do you offer? What is the solution? So a lot of times people think about what they have to sell and they're like, how do I sell on social? And I'm like, you don't sell on social. And they're like, oh yeah, that's real helpful. Actually, when you stop trying to sell, you're actually going to sell more. I know it's crazy, but it works every single day for myself and my students. So we want to be serving, not selling. So what we have to figure out is, what is the solution we're going to offer? So the reason why we want to stop and pause and ask ourselves, what's the solution, is because then we can work backwards and really build out our content to lead our audience to the solution. So ask yourself, what is the solution? Do you help people lose weight? Do you help them get out of debt? Do you help them, launch their business on social media like what we do? Do you help them to get organized, time block, all the things, parent their child appropriately? Or I don't even think there's an appropriate way to parent a child, but without losing your mind. So what is the solution? Because if you don't have that roadmap figured out for yourself, your audience is going to be very confused and they're going to leave. They're going to go follow somebody else who's not confused. And a clear mind does nothing. So we need to make it really simple for people to understand you and what you're all about. Number 4 is, what is the specific value you're going to offer? So once you've figured out, okay, I'm going to focus on helping women get their finances in order. So you're going to help them to get out of debt. You're going to help them put a savings plan together, investments, college fund, rainy day, vacation, all the things, okay? So for this one, what specific value do you offer? I want you to come up with what I call personal branding buckets. You can look on this channel for other trainings on that. But personal branding buckets is the 5 different buckets of content that you're going to rotate through to really build out your personal brand, shape your content, and to develop that consistency through your content so people can start to understand who you are and what to expect from you. People need to have that predictability from you, because it really will allow them to come to you and feel safe with your content and really get engaged with it and really be raising their hand for more. So with the personal branding buckets, I want you to break that down. So with the financial piece, it could be one of the buckets you have is that you help women to create more money. You teach them how to invest their money to create more wealth. You teach them how to diversify their income, maybe invest in real estate, multiple streams of income, which is my love language. Maybe teach them how to build a business on social, like the Gold Digger Girl. All right, so the specific value, it's going to be broken down by your branding buckets. And also with number 4, specific value, I also want you to create a roadmap. So we have our long-term roadmap, but for that new follower, what does that look like? Okay, so they come onto your social channel, they're digesting your free content, your value-based content. Then what we want to do is we want to give them real tangible value, whether it's through a free 5-day challenge, which is what we teach, or a free masterclass, a webinar. It could be a freebie, which is so great for all of you to have. Not a freebie where you're like, get my spa package where I will send you samples of my product. Not like that, but like a real freebie, like all value, okay? And then with the freebie or the challenge, what we want to do is we want to plug them in, whether it's an email list, texting into project broadcast, which is what we advocate for. Could be email, texting. It could be your Facebook community. So we need them to plug into something. And this is how you build a leads list. Okay. So we don't want just people floating around social media watching our reels. We want them actually on our list or in our community, which will lead us to number 5. And this is the nurture. We need to nurture these people. This is how you build up the know, like, and trust factor. This is how you build relationships. This is how you get sales. You're not going to get sales by posting on your wall. Okay, just so you know, you might get one sale and then people on your team will try to follow you and it just doesn't work. You're going to get sales by doing what I'm teaching you now and being in this for the long haul. You got to stop trying to make money overnight, guys. Like, it doesn't work. Ask anyone who's successful. I didn't make money overnight and I have a lot of money now. It's because I was in it for the long haul and I really understood focus on serving and not selling, and that this is a process. People need to be followed up on. They need to see more from you. You can't just throw stuff out there anymore. The other key piece is the nurture, is they need time to trust you, but also you need to stay top of mind. So when people, I used to do tours at health clubs. I was the membership director at the actually second largest YMCA in the nation. It was 100,000 square feet. It was massive. And I was the membership director. So I would give people tours. And when I got my personal training certification, one of the additional certs I got was weight management. I'm really passionate about weight loss for women. And there's 4 or 6 phases. And one of the phases is contemplation. One of the phases people have is called contemplation. And your audience has contemplation. Contemplation is where they now know what it is that they need to do, but they're not quite ready to make that change. So it could be losing weight. It could be joining a gym. It could be eating better, right? It could be investing. They're contemplating it. Your audience is contemplating it. Then there's actually where they want to start taking action. It's like implementation phase. You need to be top of mind when they get to the implementation phase. So this whole process, there's pre-contemplation where like they don't even know what they need to do. And then there's contemplation, they're considering it. And then there's implementation where they're like, okay, I'm ready to take action. You need to be there. You need to be top of mind. If you have that email in front of them, you've got that Facebook post in your Facebook group, you've got a text alert going out like, hey, I've got this thing, I'm going live, or hey, come hang out with us. We've got this challenge. You stay top of mind. When they're ready, you're going to be there and you're going to be the person they want to do business with. I had a girl who I reached out to about real estate. Actually, I was like, hey, I'm not there today, but it's next up. We're finishing our vacation home right now. And then that's the next thing. I talked to her that one initial time. She hasn't followed up with me once. You better believe somebody else who found my name for me, looking at Zillow or whatever, she's been up in my inbox. When I'm ready, guess who I'm going to do business with? The woman who's been staying top of mind, the woman who's been checking in on me, the woman who's been in it for the long haul. You got to stop trying for a quick fix. You got to start thinking about building an empire. An empire, we're watching Game of Thrones right now. Empire is brick by brick by brick. Okay, it's not one brick you throw through the wall and you hope that you strike gold. Okay, you do that. So this 5th one, nurturing, we've got that Facebook community, we've got the email list, but we need to be consistent. We need to show up and we need to focus on value and not selling, and you are going to blow it up. Okay. Hope this was helpful. If it was, subscribe, hit the like button, share this. It's the best compliment ever. Throw it in your stories and tag me. Let me know that you read this, you watched this. Tag me at the Gold Digger Girl. I'd love to give you a shout out. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon.